Hello viewers, today we're going to be checking the capacitor on this 68-inch Hampton Bay Altura ceiling fan. This is from the mid to late 2000s. I acquired it new old stock. It has never been installed before. I just put it in here a couple days ago. The specifications list the RPMs to be around 140 on high, and it doesn't seem to be achieving anywhere near that. So I want to check the value of the capacitor and see if it is drifting. It could be spoiled. This has not been used in 15 to 20 years, and capacitors sitting idle for that long of a time period can certainly go bad. Now I think 140 RPM on high is a bit much. My uncle has one of these as well, and I don't remember his ever going that fast either. But compared to the one he has, this does seem to be running a little bit slower. So I want to check it. Now this is supposed to have like a twist lock apparatus to it with the screws here, but it's not machined to the best tolerance, and the screws don't fit very nicely. So I have to just go ahead and remove all three completely in order to get this to come off. Actually, I guess it's just that one that's a problem. This screw hole is not in the right place. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this, and then we can look at this easier on the ground level. So here's the apparatus as a whole, and this is the capacitor down in here. This is a 5.5 microfarads, the capacitor. Unfortunately, this is tethered to this plug on one side, so we're going to have to snip the wires in order to test this and or replace it. All right, so we're going to use a field piece meter. This is the, what is the model on this? This is a very good meter. This is a technician's meter, so it has a couple additional functions more than what a typical basic multimeter would have, including the ability to measure the microfarads of the capacitor. Now, this meter and most multimeters that can test capacitors do not tell the whole story, because this does not test the capacitor under load. So it is possible for this to read relatively normal, but not be any good. So we'll switch it to microfarads. It should be in good view of the camera, yep. And let's see what we get here. We get 5.6. So since it's reading a touch high, I tend to think that this capacitor is probably just fine. So we're not going to replace it. We'll put it back, and that's just the speed at which the fan operates. So now we have to patch this back together, which is kind of unfortunate because now we've just dismantled this for really no particular reason. But that's fine. Well, at least we got the information, because I'm sure when I do the video on this, people are going to say, oh, the capacitor's bad, it runs slow. Nope, the capacitor is probably not bad. If the capacitor was bad, I would have expected it to test slightly below 5. You know, if it was tested at like 5.3, I'd go ahead and replace it, but if it's testing a touch over, I think it's probably okay. This unit, it spins within probably 10 or 20 RPM of the one that my uncle has, and quite frankly, there could just be a poor tolerance in the manufacturing to the point where that's just a possibility. I'm going to use these quick disconnect thingies. Maybe someday I will swap another 5 in here just for the curiosity of it and see if anything changes. Stick that back down there. And now let's go put this back on the fan. Okay, here we go, back at the fan. Go ahead and plug this in again. And we're going to have a bit of difficulty getting this other screw in on this side because the hole is just a touch too high. That actually went on a lot easier than the first time. It must have worn down the metal just a hair to the point where it fits. Well, maybe next time I install this, I'll be able to leave the screws in place and use the twist lock thing as intended. Perfect timing. It's spinning backwards now from the draft of the wood stove. When we turn this on here, put it on full power, and it certainly, actually it's going back to low because that's what it was on before, but if you put it to high, it seems to have plenty of torque still. It gets right up to speed. It's just that that's not 140 RPM. I just went back and reviewed a bunch of videos on these things, including the video that I recorded of the one that my uncle has at his house. And they all seem to run at about this speed. It's moving plenty of air, it gets up to speed quickly, seems to be operating fine in all respects from what I can observe, certainly moves plenty of air. I'm just being thrown off by the specification on the box being so much higher than what it's performing in reality. And unlike some specifications like CFM that are a little bit more difficult to measure and can have a lot of variables, the RPM is very simple. The specification on the box should be, I would think, within like a couple % of accuracy, give or take a slight voltage variance potential depending on the use case. So I don't know why that number is so off. If I recall correctly, the box lists 140 RPM, and this is just over 60. I measured it with the tachometer, and it came out to be about 65. So we're nowhere near the number on the spec sheet, but from everything I can observe, it's working fine. The capacitor seems fine. It gets up to speed quickly. The motor seems to have plenty of torque. And despite going very slow, it's moving a tremendous amount of air. These blades are extremely steep pitch and have a nice scoop. They're very aerodynamic. This is pushing plenty of air down, even at this speed. So I no longer think that there's anything wrong with it. I think that the capacitor is fine, and I think this is the normal operating speed for one of these. I think it's the specs on the box that are out of whack.